In this video, we're going to take a look at the new alerts that are in DT7. And all three of the new alerts relate to different variations of the position of the DT oscillator, including a simple alert whether the DT oscillator is just overbought or oversold. Also the DT oscillator dual time frame alert and the DT oscillator dual look back period alert. So let's take a look at these new alerts. In this video, I'm going to show you three new alerts that are in DT7, all related to the position of the DT oscillator momentum. So the first alert, well, let's take a look first. How do we get to alerts? We go right click, we go alerts, and we'll see the three new alerts down near the choices for the various alerts. We have the dual time frame momentum alert, the dual look back alert, and the DT oscillator overbought oversold alert. Let's first go to the dual time frame momentum alert. So we know from prior virtual tours, and what's new in DT7 is we now have on a single indicator window, we can see the position of the higher time frame, which is represented by these shaded areas in the oversold and overbought area. And then what we want to look at is when a higher time frame, for instance, is overbought or bearish, we want to be alerted to bear reversals in the shorter time frame. So this is where we set it up in the alert. So we see that our shorter time frame is 240-minute data for the ES. And so our long period, higher time frame, we'd want to have as daily. And I've got the 21-13-88 checked off. We can check off whatever the fixed settings we have or enter any other settings that we want. The short period is going to be the chart window, and we have 240-minute chart up. And I've got chosen the 8533 with 7525 as the upper and lower band. Pretty typical. We can choose to only be alerted once the dual time frame momentum setup is made and we take out the trailing bar high or low. So that's a choice we can make. And then of course we can have it play a sound when the alert goes off. We can have an email sent to us when the alert goes off, and this is where we configure that email. We can also, as with all the other alerts, we can name this alert and save it to My Alerts if we want to. We've described that before, so we don't need to go over that now. So in this case, I have this alert set up, so anytime the higher time frame or the longer period daily is overbought or bearish and the shorter time period, in this case 240-minute, makes a bear reversal above the overbought line, we'll get an alert pop up or an email sent to us or a text message sent to us. And if it made a bullish reversal during this time period, when the higher time frame is oversold and the lower time frame made the bullish reversal, we get an alert sent to us. So a very powerful feature that we don't have to sit there and be watching the chart all day long if we're intraday traders, or we don't have to look at every symbol every day. If we're looking at weekly and daily data, we can set our alerts and we can wait until the alert goes off, and then we can go to that chart and we can see that we have a dual time frame momentum set up, but what's the price pattern time position of that chart? Do we want to actually initiate a trade or not? So again, a very powerful feature to be alerted to the dual time frame setups and then go to the chart and visually see that setup. Well, let's take a look at another setup. What do we have else? We have in our alerts, we have the dual look back period alert. Dual look back period. And in a prior video, I described what the dual look back period setup is in for any data, any symbol, any time frame. And here we can get an alert when that setup is made. So once again, we can have this alert set on many different charts if we want, and we can just wait until the alert goes off before we go and take a closer look at the chart. So usually I have upper band of 75. Let me just change that, and lower band 25. So the longer period, here's the 13,855. The shorter period is the 8,533. So when the longer period fast line becomes overbought and we get a bear reversal in the shorter period, the alert will go off. When the longer period fast line is oversold and we get a bull reversal from the oversold line of the short period, the alert will go off. A great dual look back period alert for us to be aware of probable extreme high or low in the momentum, and to consider if it's extreme high, a short position, extreme low on both look backs, a long position. And again, we can choose to have the alert only go off if the dual look back period momentum conditions are made, and then we take out a higher low. Play the sound, send an email notification, save the settings if we want. That's our second new alert in DT7. And then the third one is a very simple setup. We go to alerts, DT oscillator overbought or oversold. Maybe we just want to know if the oscillator gets overbought or oversold. And that'll be our, let's call it our initial warning system to go and take a look at that market. I use this a lot. If I have just a few markets up, and it's for me, I consider it early warning symbol or signal when both lines of the DT oscillator get overbought or oversold, and we can choose overbought or oversold, or we can choose either. So, for instance, if we chose overbought, when the 13,855 gets overbought, again, usually 75, 75. I would get an email or a text message notification that it's overbought, so that I can go take a look at the market and see where it's at relative to the other technical factors. So it's kind of an early warning system. So those three are new alerts for DT7, all relative to different positions of the DT oscillator, all really, really practical and really, really useful. Be sure and view all of the DT virtual tour videos for a complete review of all the unique and powerful and practical features in Dynamic Trader. Also be sure and read High Probability Trading Strategies book, which provides step-by-step instruction of most of the trade strategies and trade management strategies that we use in our comprehensive trading plan. And DT owners have a complete series of getting started with DT videos and advanced charting and trade strategies videos on the password protected DT owners pages.